everybody. Well, tonight is a really exciting evening for us at Celebrity Wine Review TV because we've been invited to be VIPs at a winemaker event in Marina del Rey aboard the Queen Christina. And with me is three-time winemaker of the year, Aurelio Montes of Viña Montes. Aurelio, welcome to our show.
Oh, hello, Charity. It's a pleasure to be here. I'm enjoying, the sailing in the Marina del Rey. It's really nice.
It is beautiful out tonight. It's so calm. A little bit of wind, but it's
okay.
But it's actually really nice.
Yeah, it's fresh. It's very good. Actually.
Yes, it is. And speaking of fresh, we have some wonderful wines tonight. What are we serving on board that comes from Viña Montes?
Yeah, we're serving a big array of wines now. Today we have been pouring the Sauvignon Blanc from a cold spot called Leyte Valley by the ocean, by the Pacific Ocean in Chile. We have been pouring Chardonnay. We have been pouring some Alpha Cab Cabernet from Chile, and we have been pouring our Napa Angel and Star Angel from the west coast of the U.S. as well.
Okay, so from all of the vineyards that you have, both That's here right. in the States and outside of the States. And if you've been watching Celebrity Wine Review TV, you are familiar with Montes. We actually served a lot of Montes on the last cruise that we were on in Marina del Rey with a bunch of star-studded celebs that loved your wines, Aurelio. They really enjoyed them. So much so that people were lining up to be interviewed by us just so they could taste your wines. So I say that says a lot about your wines.
Well, that's flattering. Yeah.
Speaking of flattering, you have received all kinds of awards and accolades. As mentioned, you have been nominated Winemaker of the Year three different years. In addition to that, you were also nominated and awarded by El Presidente de Chile for Personality of the Year in 2002. What was that like? I mean, that's the award that I'm going for, Personality of the Year. You guys can vote for me out there because that's the award I want to receive. How was it to receive that award and then the Winemaker of the Year?
It was a fantastic experience, of course. I feel very proud of that. It was in the year 2002. The National Association of Winemakers of Chile, my peers, because I'm a winemaker as well, gave me the honor to be the winemaker of that year. Then 2 years later, in the year 2004, the Association of Sommeliers of Chile, they gave me also, the honor to be the winemaker of the year according to their votation in the Sommelier Association. And the year 2005, the President of the Republic, Ricardo Lagos, gave me the honor to be elected, the Personality of the Year in the agricultural sector, because I've been very pushy in the viticulture area.
Okay, and what we know of Montes, Viña Montes, is that you've put so much thought into the planning of the vineyard itself. A lot of the agricultural background that you've had, I'm sure, has gone into that. And the fact that you have kind of a Zen-like vineyard and winery, right? That's self-sustained and eco-friendly and all of those things.
Yeah, well, that's correct. We put a lot of effort, tender loving care and passion in what we did. We planted in different terroirs in Chile, specific spots to grow the different varieties, cooler areas for the Sauvignon and the Chardonnay, warmer areas for the Cab and the Syrah. It was a tough work. We started with nothing at the beginning. We just had the passion and the belief that we were doing the correct thing. So we planted our vineyards, we produced wonderful wines, in my opinion, and then we built a Feng Shui winery, to bring something more spiritual into the winemaking. So we have a gravity flow winery, all inspired in the Feng Shui technology or art.
Right. That's beautiful. I think that we need to make a trip out to Chile. I'm inviting myself.
Absolutely, you should go there. It's a wonderful place to visit.
We would love to see it. But let's talk a little bit more about not just the fact that you are from Chile and that is where you have your winery, but I love to hear about the many adventures all around the world that you've had that I know play into your winemaking. Let's talk a little bit about that, your travels. You've traveled all over the world, and some of the places quite rare and that a lot of people don't travel.
Well, let me tell you, at the beginning when I started in the winemaking business, Chile was lowering the local consumption of wine. So the only way to survive in the industry was to go abroad, and open the markets, the international markets. So my first duty was to move around the world, to know the different technology was going on, in Europe, in France, even in Napa Valley, and to find out what were the wines that the consumer was willing to have. So at first I moved around myself. I moved around all the countries that were wine producers, all of Europe. I went to South Africa, to Australia, New Zealand, and Napa Valley. Then afterwards the wine succeeded and we started to sell our own products. And as we succeeded, I need to support a little bit, the sales side of the company. Me being a winemaker, we the winemakers, we play a certain important role in the sales side of the business. So then I had to move around, the world, but now selling my wines. So I had been in Tahiti, in the Seychelles, in the Mauritius Islands. I've been in Dubai. We are the only Chilean winery in the Burj Al Arab Hotel, this 7-star hotel by the beach.
Wonderful.
Yeah, fantastic. I've been in the Falklands. I've been in Easter Island, of course. We sell a lot of wine there. So yeah, it's been a wonderful experience, to move around the world. Now trying to help, the sales side,
right? Absolutely.
More than the technical side.
Absolutely. Now, when you founded Montes, you had 4 founding partners.
Yeah.
Let's just say the names of the other 3.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we were 4 partners, each of us covering a different area.
Okay.
Alfredo Vidaurre, he covered the financial side. He used to be, a doctor on the Chicago Business School. Then Douglas Murray, a very talented man in the marketing side, that he used to work for 12 years in Spain. Then Peter Grant, that he was very good in engineering and all the facilities of building wineries and so on. And the 4th part, myself, in the winemaking, as I call myself, the cook, trying to do exactly what the world is demanding.
I see.
So the 4 of us made a reasonable lot of people covering different areas. So that make a whole that did work.
Yeah, absolutely. But how was it decided? Was it because you were the cook in the kitchen that the wine be named after you, to take on your name and your legacy? How was that determined?
Well, I think that first of all, it was a big generosity of my partners because they had to give the name, to myself.
Right.
But the real point is that Montes, it's Spanish. The translation of Montes is mountains.
Right.
So, and we are a country of mountains. It's a short name and easy to pronounce. And being the winemaker, as I just told you, the winemaker plays an important role in the wine business because it's like the chef to a restaurant. Everyone wants to speak to the winemaker.
Right.
Because that's the more artistic part of the winemaking. Is more the artisanal, the mystery part is made by the winemaker. So then the name Montes was the one chosen, and I think that it was a good decision because the name, was very well perceived by the consumer and by the international trade. So there we are with the Montes name today, quite famous actually.
Absolutely, and famous even before you were around, because my favorite movie, The Count of Monte Cristo, the lead character's name is Montes.
Absolutely.
And so, whether fictional or you in real life, Montes is a good name for an adventure character, and you've been on an amazing adventure with your wines. Let's talk about the latest adventure you've been on with your wines. If you'll help me with this chest down here, I have something for you.
Good. Say, I'm nervous.
Don't be afraid. Now, this is our celeb wine chest, and we hide something in here for our guests to reveal on camera to our viewers. And we are going to have you sign this chest, but before we do, tell me about one of your latest lines of wine.
Oh, yeah.
Now, this is your wine right here in California, that's produced here in California?
No, this is Chilean.
Oh, this is Chilean. Okay.
Chilean, yeah.
So tell us about this.
And I totally recognize the bottle. And the story of this wine is quite peculiar. This wine is named Montes Folly, and it's made out of Syrah grapes.
Okay.
And it dates back to the beginning of the 90s, in 1993, 94, that I visited Rhone Valley, and I was totally hooked, by the variety Syrah and the way that in Rhone Valley was planted, in slopes and small terraces.
Right.
So I brought the cuttings from France, which was quite crazy to do that.
Yeah, because no one was doing it in South America.
Yeah, and we had to undergo a quarantine of 2 years before we were allowed to take the plants to the fields. And then, following, the idea of the French Syrah, I cleared the hillsides, took out the trees, the stones and everything, put the pipelines to irrigate the vines. So then we planted this Syrah, totally unknown, in slopes. A technique that was totally undiscovered and unknown in our country.
Right.
So we're the first ones that paved the road.
Yes, the
you know,
trailblazers.
Yeah, to plant, slopes.
Terraces.
And then when we got the first wine, we thought it was amazing. The quality was really outstanding. We loved it.
Yeah.
So we said, okay, we should take a specific wine out of these wines. So then we asked a very nice and crazy English painter, which is called Ralph Steadman, to make the label for us. So he made a wonderful label, recalling one of our landscapes, beautiful landscapes. In this particular case, is our icy Patagonia. Here you see the icebergs.
Yes.
And this guy painted more than 10 different labels for us.
Wow.
So every year we change the label.
Wow.
So it's you can be a collector
of the
these
bottles, because each year is going to have a different piece of artwork on it. That's amazing.
Absolutely.
Now let's talk about the fact that Montes is known, and as our viewers know by now, by the logo of the angel, angel logo. And in most of your lines, the angel is kind of a mythical looking creature, very feminine and beautiful, graceful looking. But
Absolutely.
I understand that this bottle has a different type of angel. Tell us about that.
It does. Well, this crazy painter, Ralph Steadman, he was also, he fell in love with the wine. He thought it was a wonderful wine. So when he did the label, he decided that an angel should be present in the label. But this time it was going to be a drunk angel. So he painted here in the label, he painted a drunk label, which everyone loves it, because it's very, very honest in its approach.
Right.
He loved the wine as well.
Let me show a larger portrait of that very honest, drunk angel.
Yeah.
There it is. So tell us about this piece of work. It looks very almost like pop art. It's much more modern than the angels on your regular logos.
Absolutely. And it was a crazy idea. Again, that's why the wine is called folly, because everything was folly around it.
Right.
Bringing the cuttings from France, planting the slopes, and creating this sort of so different, angel.
Right.
Yeah, and we love it. We think it reveals, that the angel loved the wine, and we think it's a very interesting and irreverent piece of art.
Well, we at Celebrity Wine Review have been called a bit irreverent ourselves, so we are in good partnership with you, Aurelio. You like to take risks on things that are a little out of the box and a little irreverent. Before we sign off today, we would love to have you sign our Celeb Wine chest with your autograph that I've noticed is on all of your bottles.
Yeah.
And I have a gold pin here for you, just like it's signed here. So we'd love to have you sign our chest, along with all the many wine and entertainment celebrities that have signed before you. Anywhere you like, anywhere you like.
Okay. There you are.
Fabulous.
So that's my signature, the same as the one on the label.
Yes, there it is. So take a look at Montes, Viña Montes. Look it up online. Go to their website. What is the website, Aurelio?
The website is monteswines.com.
Okay. You will find that they put so much love and care and experience. How many years have you been in the business?
I've been 35 years already doing wines.
Wow. So they know what they're talking about. Their wines prove it. And you're not only stuck in what you've always done, you're always reinventing yourself, taking risks, and you are going to benefit from all the risks that they've taken over these 35 years. Thanks so much for watching Celebrity Wine Review. We'll see you next time.